There's probably no more popular category of cocktails than the sour. And while flashier versions like the daiquiri or margarita or cosmopolitan tend to be more popular, there's no denying the staying power and versatility of the whiskey sour. Following the same basic cocktail triangle of strong, sweet, and sour, this cocktail is pretty easy to make. But how did it get here?
Some historians believe it is a scaled-down version of the basic punch.
I mean, it has the same elements. 1 sour, 2 sweet, 3 strong, 4 weak and all, but in an individual serving size. And the proportions are a bit off, but you get the picture. As is the excuse for many cocktails, the sour was most likely created for medical reasons. With long months spent at sea, sailors ran a major risk of malnutrition, and the threat of scurvy was a real problem.
Scurvy is a disease linked to a lack of vitamin C and can cause the body to develop anemia, exhaustion, and spontaneous bleeding that eventually leads to infection and death.
It was discovered, forgotten, and rediscovered several times, that eating citrus was a great way to combat scurvy. So, ships often left port with rations of lemons, limes, or oranges for sailors to eat. Or, more likely, mixed with their liquor rations. After being enjoyed on board ships for decades, the sour was finally brought to shore by sailors. In the UK, the drink would often be made with gin or brandy, but whiskey is the liquor of choice in the States.
'Cause America.
Giving it its official name, the whiskey sour. The whiskey sour has evolved drastically over the years, giving the base for many classic cocktails, like the New York Sour, the Amaretto Sour, and the Gold Rush. But, the original recipe was weird. For instance, soda was originally used, but probably abandoned over time for simple syrup. One thing you don't see in the original recipe, other than a complete lack of measurements: egg. No whites, no yolk, nothing. That's because the egg was added later, as a creamy, frothy element. Probably to mask inferior spirits, but I can't back that up. Some like a little less sweetener, and a little more sour. Personally, I like an easy 2 3/4 recipe for my sours. That's 3/4 of an ounce lemon juice, 3/4 of an ounce simple syrup, and 2 ounces of bourbon. I think bourbon works better in shaken cocktails, but you do you. If you're using egg white, you can use as much or as little as you want. I've had everything from a dash to a full egg white, and it's all pretty tasty. Then dry shake vigorously to get the white foamy elements before adding ice. Egg proteins don't break down without a fight, and this will froth them up nicely. If you're not using the egg, you can skip that part. Then add the ice and shake until the tin is cold. And strain into a glass, either up or on the rocks. To finish, add a few drops of aromatic bitters over the top. And there you have it. A classic sour. The spirit is dominant, but the citrus is just present enough to balance out the sweetness. And it's easy to riff on. Add any flourish to the 3 main parts, and you have any one of hundreds of spins on this classic. The Amaretto Sour, the Pisco Sour, Gold Rush, New York Sour, White Lady, Pickle Sour. I'm sorry, Pickle Sour? That can't be right.